Democracy is not a peacetime luxury. Well, let's talk to Mykhailo Bociurkiw, who's Senior Fellow at the Atlantic Council and founder of the World Briefing Report on Substack. Michael, good to see you again. So what do you make of this call for elections, even though Ukraine is at war?
Hi, Sally. Good to be with you. Well, many words could be used. Bold, divisive move. But I will use the same phrase I think I used on this show many months ago when President Zelensky floated the idea of elections under pressure from MAGA and Mr. Trump. I called it boneheaded because it just isn't doable. And there are many reasons, foremost of which is there are millions of eligible voters overseas, including in the UK. Ukrainian embassies are in no position to process them. There's about 1 million troops at the front line. How do they vote? Polling stations become targets during elections. And also the electoral system hasn't been tested for a while. If you want to have elections, maybe start with municipal ones in Western Ukraine, but it just isn't doable right now. And there's also a lot of Ukrainians under Russian occupation in disputed territory or occupied territory, and how do they get to vote to the polls? So it's just not doable.
Okay, so you've sort of listed those reasons clearly, the practical and logistical challenges. But Mr. Fedorov, though, has made this call. He has a lot of supporters. So what does that do within Ukraine in terms of the political scene?
Well, this is a hot potato, I've got to say, for Mr. Zelensky, who has basically ignored the street, which is very dangerous to do in Ukraine. The protests continue. He's appointed his own loyalists to the position. He has not granted Mr. Mykhailo Fedorov a place at the cabinet table, which he insisted upon. He put someone else from the SBU who's still in uniform and shouldn't be serving. And if you ask me why Mykhailo did this now, I think it's, politics. People forget you after a year or so. So I think he had to make his move now. But question also, Sally, is whether he's handing Russia a gift, because, of course, they've also been calling for elections, knowing full well it's unreasonable right now. And, of course, they would like their own loyalists to replace Zelensky.
And what does this do to Zelensky standing within Ukraine, but also globally?
Well, it doesn't look good because he should have acted earlier. Well, he shouldn't have, dismissed Fedorov in the first case because he was very popular and he was doing fantastic work. I think anti-corruption crusaders, donors will be looking at this again carefully. And Sally, one quick anecdote here, which I found before I left Odessa temporarily, was a serving soldier, a senior one at the front line, basically said, what is going on? 60% of the resources they need come from the state, but they're needing to pass the hat around on Facebook to raise the other 40%. Donors need to pay attention to that sort of thing, because where is the money the millions, actually billions that went to Ukraine? Why are they not getting to the front line? And this is something Fedorov was in the process of fixing.
And you're based in Odessa, as you mentioned, usually. Just talk us through how things are going currently. Ukraine has been under intense fire recently, but has also hit and targeted Russia on many occasions recently. I mean, it really has got very ferocious, hasn't it?
Yes, and that's the reason I'm not there at the moment. No inch of Ukraine can be regarded as safe. Odessa is taking a heavy pounding, but what the world should be concerned about, and business people, of course, is the isolation of Odessa region, which Russia is doing right now. They're not only pounding the city, they've not only forced the temporary suspension of World Port Odessa, which feeds the world, but they're also trying to isolate the region, its export corridors by land, outside into Moldova, Romania, Poland, and elsewhere. And this is a very, very dangerous pattern ahead of what is forecast to be an absolutely horrible winter in terms of no power, heating, and light for ordinary people. And that could trigger an exodus of people. And this, once again, will become Europe's problem.
Yeah, indeed. Michael, thank you for your time. It's good to pick your brains on this. Mykhailo Bociurkiw there.
Pleasure.
Still